Hey everybody, it's Dan with Season Gaming here with a quick review of the new Xbox wireless headset. Now, if you know anything about me, which if I've been doing my job, you don't know too much, but you might know that I have a large interest in headsets. So over the past few years, anytime a new headset comes out, I found myself wanting to try it out, give it a good run, and then see where it sits. I always like to have that daily driver. So once Xbox announced their new headset, I decided I actually have to have one. Let's see how they do. It's kind of their first foray in the new gen into the audio side of stuff. So I immediately ordered it. I've been wireless since the rigs, the 800s. Ever since they released, I've been wireless. It's 2021. The technology is there. Wires should be destroyed or banned. Whatever we have to do, this is how you should be playing. There should be no reason you have something dangling from here, which you actually can't, to your headset. No reason at all. So this is great. So when I get a new headset, there are three things I focus on. Number one, I'm 45 years old. They have to be comfortable. I don't need a vice sitting on my head. Number two, the sound. Obviously, you want to get decent sound and, ideally something that you can replicate at least like 5.1, 7.1. You may not get that obviously in a headset, but you want something good. All right. And then basically extra options. Like, what does this headset do that the others don't do? How versatile is it? That's what we want to see in these headsets, at least for me. Before I get started too much, everything with headsets is very, very subjective. What your bass levels are, what your mids are, what you want to hear, mic monitoring, comfortability. This is all going to be very, very subjective. I've had a ton of these sets, not this one in particular, but I have a very, very good idea. So I have I feel like I'll be able to talk about this a little bit, but mileage is going to vary. All right. So starting off, first of all, packaging. All right. I know people loved the Series X packaging. I'm here to tell you that this, yes, in fact, has packaging, and here it is. It's a nice looking box. It says the Xbox on it, has a picture, and ooh, look at this. Very, very nice. Anyway, inside the box, you will find the headset. You will find the cord, your charging cord. It's USB-C. You will find a warranty booklet and also a quick start guide. Now, everything's nicely packaged inside. If that's your thing, fantastic. Only gripe I have about what's inside the box is this. This is about 19.5 inches. This should be 3 feet minimum. These aren't very big, expensive. So if they wanted to charge me an extra $3 for a slightly longer cord, I would have been fine with that. Or $1 or $5, whatever it was. This should be a little bit longer cord. I'm not sure why. And this isn't, only Xbox. Now, a lot of these companies do that, and they give you these tiny little cords that, you have to basically plug right in to, your wall socket or your Xbox, and you have to have them sitting less than 2 feet away from it. I don't need that. I want a nice long cord that I can put anywhere and give me some flexibility. All right. But it's USB-C, and that should be the standard from here on out. Period. Full stop. Anybody that's making these micro USB chargers, and there are still some out there, I don't know if they're saving themselves some money, don't do it anymore. Just give me a USB-C. So let's check out how this functions and everything works on here. First off, you have an adjustable band. Out of the box, it's a little bit stiff, but it loosens up pretty fast after a little bit of adjusting. You kind of hear the clicks on there. Unless you're a tiny, tiny person, which, no offense to tiny, tiny people, but most people are going to have to adjust this out of the box. I put it on there, and I don't even know what to say. I was like, oh my gosh, this better be adjustable. And then I was like, oh, there it is. So yes, they are adjustable. Fantastic. You've got the microphone here. You can adjust it a bit. It's got a little bit of movement. On the back of it, it's got the mute button over here. It's got auto mute feature as well, but I'll get to that here in just a little bit. And then we've got the power button here. And then we've got the USB-C port here on the right-hand side. All right. On the left-hand side, you have your game/chat mix. So this is going to basically just let you go between, full game if you're playing by yourself, or you can mix it up, put the chat in. There's a midpoint. You can kind of hear it click. You'll feel it click when you get there, which is supposed to be right in the middle. Over here on the right side, you have volume. It's built in on the set. You can't even see it, which is great because a lot of the other headsets have dials and stuff. This is kind of reminiscent of the Lucid Sound technology. So I love this. This is fantastic. I wish more companies would do that and build it into there, but amazing. As far as how comfortable it is, so up here you're fine. You're good to go. You've got a very soft headband up here. It's great. Once you get about to here, you start feeling the plastic inside. So if your head is, specifically shaped, you might be rubbing a little bit on here, and mine did a little bit, but it's not too bad. These are fantastic, the ear cups. They're very, very soft. I didn't get too sweaty, and I'm a sweaty dude, so I think they work great. And then I think I want to rip these off. They might be replaceable. Don't quote me on that, but a lot of these are, and you can just kind of pop them off. I'm not going to do that because I don't know for sure. I'll wait till somebody else tests that out because I don't want to rip my new headset. So this is the key to this. As far as comfort goes, there are headsets that do it better, but, and this is my qualifier for pretty much everything I'm going to say today, it's $100. So is this $100 worth of comfortable? 100%. Yes, absolutely. All right. It's going to do most people just fine. All right, we've talked about how comfortable it is. Let's talk about how it sounds. This is also very, very important. With any new headset, you're going to have directional capability as far as spatial audio, directional sound, whatever you call it. It comes with a Dolby Atmos 6-month trial. It also works with DTS and Windows Sonic. All right. The key to these special features like that are games like The Division 2, which I tried out, Ori, Borderlands 3. All three of those games will have Dolby Atmos in the game. It was built with the Dolby Atmos in mind. I also played Prey, which while it doesn't have Dolby Atmos, you can really tell the directional audio. And in a game like that where everything is very kind of suspenseful, you can kind of hear things, where they're at, as best as the headset can do. So fantastic sound. Again, not the best, but also it's $100. Blows my mind every single time. Music, did the Rihanna test. Pony replay. Bass, super, super heavy on this. From a comparison standpoint to other headsets, very, very, very heavy. That is adjustable in the configuration settings, which we'll get to here in a second. But for the most part, you're good to go. The only problem I have with the music issue is that you can't really adjust it here. It's got to be done on either your phone or your device. So minor complaint, but it sounds really, really good. In fact, it almost sounds better than, say, your Beats or your Bose. I have both of those. So I'm going to just put this on real quick. So if you're somebody who likes to listen to music, this is what it's going to look like on your head. I know you can't replicate this, and I'm sorry for that, but generally this is what it's going to do. All right. You can see my head is oddly shaped. I still have a wife, so that's nice, but it's very, very comfortable. It's a little bit heavy. Other than that, this is what you're going to look like when you're walking your dog, right? You're going to be like, hey, how you doing, buddy? Hey, whatever it is. Anyway, mall walking, whatever you want to do. So if this doesn't do it for you, I don't know what to tell you. All right. Let's put that back here. All right. The only other thing on the sound part of it, last thing I'll mention is the notifications are very, very obnoxious. Turn them on, turn them off, and especially out of the box. Now, it's obviously you can turn that down with your volume, but if you have them set up a little bit too high or something, you turn it on, it's going to concuss you almost. They are very, very loud, but they sound like the Xbox turning on, which is awesome. And you can turn this on and then turn your Xbox on, which is awesome. It wirelessly connects, and it's fantastic. So sound is great. $100, totally $100 worth of sound quality. Let's go to the mic a little bit. This is really the only issue I have with the headset as a whole. It's a little bit short. I don't know if the auto mute feature works because I don't have a really good way of testing it out. I tried to have one of my sons stand far away and have him like snap his fingers. Excuse me, there are different settings, off, low, medium, and high. And I don't know. Assuming it works, it's a fantastic feature. Basically what it does is it lets you, it just doesn't, if you're not talking, it doesn't pick up your surrounding noises and stuff like that. And the settings, I'm assuming, just give you a greater distance of that. So if it works, it's awesome. This has mic monitoring. That basically, you can hear your own voice and your surroundings. That also is adjustable from off, low, medium, and high. It's not the best mic, in the world. It'll get you by. If you're doing streaming or something like that, I would suggest going a different direction and or using your own mic, like your Yeti or whatever it is that you're rocking. All right, so this is not probably the best streaming mic, but with that being said, it's $100. All right, I'm just gonna say this every single time. All right, then we go to the configurations. Now, inside there's a equalizer with a few settings. Again, you can adjust your mic monitoring. You can adjust the auto mute. There's some custom settings. There's some preset settings, I think, for like movies, speech, music, stuff like that. And you can, if you're not a big audiophile, you can adjust, you can just leave it as it is. The big key is going into Atmos and enabling that. And I am going to suggest using the movie setting and the detailed setting. So you go to movie, click on detailed, and use that. It kind of gives you like a little boost of sound, and it sounds fantastic. If you're just like a pure Call of Duty, Fortnite player, then you might want to use just the spatial audio setting, which is the first one, the gaming setting. And you just want to hear every single little bit of it. You'll get that with the movie setting, but you won't get it as precise, I don't think. So you play around with the options. All right, you've got several different options for $100. My next thing, Bluetooth. This is where stuff gets crazy a little bit. Bluetooth, for this price, you won't find it anywhere. Not a gaming headset. All right, and it's good. I've had zero issues with it disconnecting from my Bluetooth. It sounds fantastic through my phone. You connect it to your PC that way. For the $100, that's the game changer with this mic. All right, you kind of give up a little bit with the microphone, but you gain it back in the Bluetooth settings. There is another headset by SteelSeries, the Arctis 9X. Those are $100 headsets, or $200 headsets, I'm sorry. So double the price of this, and the difference between audio on that and audio on this is in $100. So this is where you need to be. All right. You don't have the option, unfortunately, for a 3.5 jack. Like if you wanted to connect it directly to your phone or something, or to your controller, you don't have that option. It's Bluetooth only, and that's fine because it does a very, very, very good job at it. Even if it did a poor job, you still have Bluetooth, and it's $100, people. All right, and that leads me into my price. It's $100. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, that's the biggest thing about this whole setup. You can go out there, and I'm going to be doing some comparison videos here next week, but it's going to be hard to beat this price. Now, there is a versatility issue. This will not connect with, say, a PlayStation. So if you're a multi-console gamer, you're not going to be able to use it with your PS5. That's all right. You buy another headset maybe because you save so much money because it's $100. All right, it's so crazy to me. Like if you're just an Xbox only guy or a PC guy or Xbox and PC or some kind of, or mobile gaming. If you're on xCloud and you're playing on your phone, guess what? It has Bluetooth and it's awesome. You can hook this up while playing with the Razer Kishi. $100. All right. It's hard for me to, it's like an average headset at an amazing price, if that makes any sense. I hope it does, because it does so much stuff for the low price. again, of $100. So that's about it. That's about all I got for this review. Overall, again, considering the price, $100, you'll be hard pressed to find a better headset. If you're a pure Xbox PC gamer, this is definitely the headset for you. All right, it's gonna do everything you need it to do. Okay, it doesn't do one thing better than anything else, I think, on the market, but it has what it takes to kind of sit next to the Steel series, the Astros, the Turtle Beaches of the market. Their first foray into this is they hit it out of the park. All right, and like I said, it's not gonna knock you off your socks with the audio. It's not gonna knock you off the socks out of your socks with the mic. It's not going to. But for what you're paying, fantastic. So next week here on the SG YouTube channel, I'll be putting them up against my current daily driver, the SteelSeries Arctis 7Xs. That's a mouthful. I'll also be comparing them to the SteelSeries Arctis 1s, which is a headset at the same price point as these, which is $100. So until then, as always, we appreciate all your support from the SG community. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below. If you feel so inclined, drop a like, drop a sub. Until then, thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you next week.